Welcome back to the second half of NEWSBREAK Live, and joining me is Mr. Jones, Gregory Jones. How are you today?
I'm doing fine, thank you for having me.
And it's a very exciting time for you and your family as Mr. Jones Pumpkin Patch is open to the public, and it's bringing a lot of happiness in the community. So let's first start off with how Mr. Jones Pumpkin Patch started.
Well, when I married into the family, my wife's father was in the business since around 1981, so we kind of followed in his footsteps. I started one after a year or two of being in the family, and it kind of went from there. Now my kids are doing it as a seasonal thing. Sometimes it gets a little tough, but they're still hanging in there, and they were able to get this lot, and they still have the lot. That's one of the main reasons they have it.
And the lot is located on PCH, correct?
Yes, just west of Hawthorne Boulevard. It's not right on the corner, it's just west, and it has lots of lights, so you can't miss it.
What can people find when they stop by besides pumpkins? I know you mentioned that you started out the season early October with 1,000 pumpkins. How's business? What can people find there?
Yeah, well, certainly less pumpkins now than when we started. We have a different variety of pumpkins, several varieties. I could go through the varieties if you'd like. We have animals, we have gourds, squash. You know, you can feed the animals. We have food there, plenty of shade, plenty of parking. What else would you like to know?
Well, tell me about what kind of pumpkins are available. I know there's...
We have the Jackby little pumpkins. They're the smaller ones, the size of a baseball up to the size of a softball. We have Howden pumpkins. They're the deep orange, green, like the Connecticut field. They're solid. They take around 90 days to grow, and they go between 10 and maybe 15 and 25 pounds. Those are our more popular pumpkins. We have the Big Macs that go from 80 pounds up to a couple hundred pounds. We have Cinderella pumpkins. They're the flat pumpkins. We have, let's see.
Well, tell me about, you have so many kinds of pumpkins, but what are unique about the pumpkins sold at your patch, and where do they come from?
Well, I would say the uniqueness of it is that the land that we do it on, there's less property, vacant land around to do the pumpkin patches. So that in itself, I find that pumpkins are unique. They take 85 to 100 days to grow, and they're just a huge vegetable, and it's just a unique thing to have.
And where do yours come from? Are they grown locally?
Ours come from the San Joaquin Valley, up near Manteca, sometimes Oregon, and even down near San Diego, in the valleys down near San Diego, mainly.
Mm-hmm. And you've been working at the pumpkin patch for more than 30 years, so you're very familiar with what people should be looking out for, whether they're buying it just for the fall season to make pies or for Halloween carving festivities. So what should people look out for?
Well, I always think it's a good thing when people have questions about cooking a pumpkin. I think that's nice that all of them don't go out and carve the pumpkins. The unique thing to just be on the lot in October, it's great weather. Just the whole setting the lot up and the lights and the different animals that we have, it's a lot of work to put it up.
What are some tips? For example, if I came and visited your pumpkin patch, are you there to help kind of the customers with what they're looking for? What are people looking for right now?
They want to know if they're in any specific category. We just tell them they're out there randomly. We'll be happy to help you pick something or let you know if it's a good pumpkin. Most of them are. You want a solid pumpkin. You want something that it doesn't have any holes or scars on it, and just generally just a healthy pumpkin. Some people don't want them standing up straight. They like different kinds. They like them leaning on the side, and I prefer to have the stem on it. You know, when I bring mine home, it has a stem so that it doesn't rot prematurely.
Okay.
And you want to look for just a good solid pumpkin that'll last. That will last you a while if it's solid, and you just put it in the shade. Don't roll it around. just try to be gentle with it, and it'll last you several weeks. And if you carve into it, they may last you 3 days. So
okay.
we get people that carve into them, and then they come back and buy more.
Wow. And what are some popular kinds at the moment, and how much are they if you're comparing buying a pumpkin at a patch rather than a grocery store?
I would say the Howden and the Connecticut Fields are the popular ones for people that want to spend a little bit more. The Big Macs are pretty popular. The size, the 15 to 25 pound sizes are the easiest for me to carve. What else did you say?
I was going to say, when it comes to comparing buying pumpkins at a pumpkin patch to a grocery store.
You know, I haven't been in the stores. Generally, a pumpkin patch is going to be a little bit more. You know, we have more variety. We have pumpkins that the stores don't have.
Okay.
And if you're looking for the better deal, you probably need to sift around in their bins at the store. They probably are a little cheaper, but you can come in and enjoy, you know, the pumpkin patch where we are with the animals, and just a lot of variety of different kind of pumpkins.
So there's a lot of fun things to do besides just getting a pumpkin and at your patch. But for people who are maybe buying them for culinary reasons, are there a specific pumpkin kind that will be good for a pie, for example?
There are. We call those the sugar pumpkins, and they're generally the smaller sizes, like a volleyball.
Okay.
And they're heavier. They're for the size. They're heavier than the other larger pumpkins per size, because the bigger ones sometimes seem to be, you know, they don't seem to be real heavy sometimes. So the smaller, more dense pumpkins are better for cooking, and they're the sugar pumpkins. And the seeds are also good in those. The white pumpkins have the best seeds for cooking.
What about the prices for the pumpkins? Tell me the range that people can find when they go out there.
Okay, well, we price them by size. We start out at like just the dollar size is just a small pumpkin like that. You know, maybe the size of a softball, and then as it gets bigger, maybe the size of a basketball. You know, the price goes up just according to size. So maybe $10 for one the size of a basketball, and then they even get bigger. You know, they can go $30 or something for the size of about maybe this big. You know, I don't know, about a 45-pound pumpkin. Wow. I'm trying to think of something to compare it with.
But it's big.
It's big.
And this past weekend, actually, our crew was out at your pumpkin patch because the helpful Honda guys chose your location to give out free pumpkins for the season. How was that?
Well, you know, I wasn't there at the time I heard about it. I heard that it was very busy, and people were just looking for pumpkins, and they had a great time picking them out, and they were very thankful to the Honda company. And there was lots of people. I believe there was some food and drinks there as well. So it was a fun time for the people that were there. And I understand it happened at night, so we had the lights on and things like that.
For people who are watching this right now, they want to come out to your pumpkin patch. How long will it be open for? And are there any good deals people can look out for maybe?
We're open 7 days a week up until Halloween Day. We'll be closing at 5:30. If there's any pumpkins left, you can inquire maybe towards the end of the month, and we can steer you in the right direction for a few extra pumpkins if you want them for decorations during Thanksgiving. So just come and see one of the us or me or whoever's there running it, and we'll give you the lowdown on the deals.
And the pumpkin patch will transition then from selling pumpkins to selling Christmas trees.
That's right.
Trees, excuse me. I can't believe the holiday season's already here. So what can you tell people about that upcoming event?
Well, the trees are grown in Oregon. The family owns part of a tree farm, so they do grow their own trees there, and we have trees from say 3 feet up to 25 feet. And you know, if you're a business that likes a bigger tree, you can come in and see us about pre-ordering a big tree. They're fresh cut. We have nobles, we have Douglas fir, grand fir, Scotch pine, those different kinds of trees.
Great. And so if people are coming out, how's the parking situation? I know you mentioned a little bit. Is there a parking lot, and what should people look out for?
Well, it is a big parking lot.
Okay, great.
You can pull in off the street. It's a nice driveway. As long as it's not too busy, there's ample parking Sometimes it does get busy on the weekends, and we try to have a parking attendant out there making sure that, that people are getting in and out easily.
And is there a fee to stop by the pumpkin patch?
No, there's no fee. Just you know, when you buy a pumpkin or whatever, you know, that'll be the money that you're spending.
Okay, great. Well, Gregory, thank you so much for coming on and talking about the family business. I really appreciate it.
Okay, you're very welcome. Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
Mr. Jones' Pumpkin Patch is located at 3825 Pacific Coast Highway, so definitely check it out. Well, that does it for NewsBreak Live. If you ever have news or a video that you'd like to share, please email us at newsbreak@torranceca.gov. And don't forget to tune into the Torrance City Council meeting tonight. For Facebook and Twitter users, use #NewsBreakLive. Have a great night.